How's it going, friends? I have with me today a booster box of OP09 that I'm going to be opening up. Yes, I realize that the newer set just came out, and so this is kind of old news probably for a lot of you, but I got this for Christmas, and over 3 months later, I have not opened it yet, but for good reason. I wanted to do another Elimination bracket pack battle with them. This is actually the second one I'm going to be doing. The first one was a battle between the 4 emperors to see who would come out ultimately on top, and it was so much fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to do it again with this booster box. So that is why I have not opened it 3 months later, but I'm really excited to get into this box, really excited to see how this goes, so let's get into it. All right, so here it is. We're going to be breaking into this here in just a minute. But first, let's just quickly go over what I'm actually going to be doing here. So, as I mentioned, the first time that I did this, I battled the 4 emperors against each other. It was like best 2 of 3 and stuff of the packs. This time I wanted to do it a little bit differently. I wanted to do a single elimination, so just 1 pack versus 1 pack. And instead of doing the 4 emperors, I wanted to do their crewmates as representatives. So each of the 4 emperors are going to have 3 representatives from their crew that are going to battle. We're going to choose those at random, and whoever comes up on top, whoever is the winner in the very end, their crew is the ultimate crew, the ultimate winner. I have selected some crewmates from each of the 4 emperors, and they are here. I have all of their pictures. Yes, the Buggy lineup does include Buggy. I kind of have reason for that. For one, spoiler alert, but is Buggy really an emperor? I mean, come on. I had to put Mihawk and Crocodile in there as well, and it seemed odd to do those 2 and not put Buggy in there. So he's part of the lineup for his possible representative contenders. But otherwise, we have all of these other ones set up to go. Okay, so we're going to scoot this aside for just a second because we have to choose who is going to be battling. Yes, I am using a Pokemon Evolution 10 because why not, right? And I've even gone so far as to print out everybody's picture on a little circle so that we can choose at random who is going to be battling. So we are going to be starting with Straw Hat's crew. So we've got all of our Straw Hat characters here. And I am just going to fold them in half and throw them in here. And we'll pick 3 at random to see who is going to battle for the Luffy team. All right, so we got them all in there. Let's get them mixed up. Let's see who our 3 battlers from the Straw Hat Luffy crew is going to be. Oops, I dropped one. All right. First up, we have Sanji. Sanji is going to be our first battler. Or at least one of them is going to be one of our battlers. Chopper. Aw, let's go, Chopper. And come on, Robin. Oh, Jinbei! You know, I'm actually good with that one too. I'm a Jinbei fan. All right, so here is our 3 representatives from the Straw Hat crew. Sanji, Chopper, and Jinbei. You guys got this. All right, so we'll set those aside. Empty it out. And we'll go on to Teach, Marshall D. Teach's crew. So we'll get all of these put in. All right, so we got them all in there. Mix them around and see which 3 representatives we'll have for Blackbeard. First battler is... Oh, Shiryu. Yee. Wouldn't want to go up against him. Second, we have... Burgess. Jesus Burgess. And... last battler is... what's his name? Wolf. I had to put it on the back because I can't remember all of their names. Wolf, Burgess, and Shiryu. That's our Blackbeard lineup. Alright. Set those out. Empty this. Emptied. Alright, let's go on to Shanks's crew. See who's going to be battling for Shanks. Alright, there we go. They're all in there. Mix them up. Our first representative for Shanks is... Come on. What's his name? Hongo. Our second... Oh, these are kind of stuck together. Hang on. Okay. Second is Yasopp. That's pretty cool. Usopp's dad. And third, we have... Oh man, what's his name? Building Snake! Very nice. Alright. So there's our 3 representatives for Shanks' crew. And then... last but not least, we have... the Guild. If I could draw perfectly, I would love to have Buggy, Crocodile, and Mihawk. Man, his name was not coming to me. That'd be cool to have those 3 be the contenders, but let's see. Alright, we got them in there, mix them all up. The 3 battlers for Buggy. We have... what's his name? Richie. We have Richie the Lion. You can do it, man. Watch him win the whole thing. That'd be hilarious. We have... oh, we have Crocodile. What's up, Crocodile? And... lastly... oh, that almost worked out perfectly. We have Mihawk and Crocodile. And then in place of Buggy, we got Richie. Alright, let's empty this out. So here are all of our battlers, all of the contestants in this elimination battle. So now what I'm going to be doing is figuring out who is going to be battling against who, which we are going to draw at random also, but I may have to redraw if 2 people from the same crew are going against each other, because I don't want to have that. So we'll do our best not to have that happen, but... alright, so we've got all of our people here. We're going to throw them back in. Recap, we have Sanji, Chopper, and Jinbei for the Straw Hats. We have... man, Hongo. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Hongo, Yasopp, and Building Snake for Shanks. We've got Shiryu, Jesus Burgess, and Wolf for Blackbeard's team. And then we have Richie, Crocodile, and Mihawk for the Cross Guild team. Alright, so we've got them all in here. We're going to get these nice and mixed up, and we're going to see who our battlers are going to be. So in round 1, we will have Jinbei versus Building Snake. Alright, so those are going to be our first battlers. Round 2, we will have Jesus Burgess versus Yasopp. Round 3, we've got Chopper going against... oh, see, we can't do that. Sanji. So we're going to have to just hold this one to the side for a second and see who Chopper's going to go against. Mihawk. Oh, Chopper. You poor thing. That's going to be a little scary. Alright. I'm going to put Sanji back in there. Round 4. We've got Pongo, right? Hongo. I'm going to get his name, I swear. Hongo. It is Hongo, right? Yeah. Okay. Hongo versus... oh, these are all stuck together. Let's see. I'll do this one. Oh, Sanji! Hongo and Sanji. Alright. Round 5, we will have Richie versus... what's his name? Wolf. I'm gonna get that one too. I don't know why these names are escaping me, but Wolf and Richie. Round 6. Crocodile versus Shiryu. I think, is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Yes, that's everybody. All right, so we have our lineup. This is gonna be fun. Y'all ready? Okay, so now on to the fun part, the actual opening of the packs, right? So we're gonna go ahead and just, I mean, it's gonna be blurry, but we're gonna stick these guys in the background. These are our battlers. We've got Jimbei versus Building Snake. All right, so if you have not seen my pack battles before, a lot of times when I watch a pack battle, they just do like the value of the top card from the pack versus the top card from the other pack. But, you know, sometimes you get like double hits or sometimes you get playable cards. And so I always like to take into account the whole pack. So I take in the value of every single card in that pack, which takes a little bit longer for me editing wise, but I think makes for a really fun little battle. All right, so there we have that. And since this is single elimination, we're just going to grab from the top. We're going to make this Jimbei's pack. This is Building Snake's pack. We're going to scooch this aside a little bit, I guess right there. All right, and let's get into it. All right, so if I'm being honest, I am a Straw Hat fan, obviously, right? So I'm kind of hoping that someone from the Straw Hats crew ends up winning this whole thing. But I'm very curious to see how this goes. So, first pack, we have Sanji, Heat, Shachi and Penguin, Marco, Nico Robin, I'll always take a Nico. Never underestimate the power of miracles. Jimbei, fitting, it's his pack. Killer, that's Killer. Black Hole. Gene Bart. Gum Gum Giant, that's actually a pretty playable card, so not bad. And a Koala, SR, nice. Way to go, Jimbei. That's a pretty good pack to start with. Get these bad boys sleeved. Oh, that's the wrong kind of sleeve. Let's do this one. Not a bad start for Jimbei. We'll go ahead and put these two up. Move these aside. All right, on to Building Snake's pack. Now, one of the things I like to do with One Piece is complete the set. Not master it necessarily, not try to get every single card that's possible in a pack, but at least try to complete it. Pudding. And I currently am only missing 3 cards. Of course, 2 of them are the harder to pull cards, Roger and Luffy. But I am also missing a regular Beckman. So I would love to pull one of those just to complete the set. Nobody Hurts a Friend of Mine. Tony Chopper. Ace. I'll always take an Ace card. Those are cool. Sabo. That's awesome. Oh, if we get a Luffy right here, that would be just the cherry on top. Oh, Kuzan. All right. I feel like Jimbei wins this one, but I'm going to have to do some math real quick just to make sure. Okay, so yes, Jimbei won the first round. Jimbei is moving on to the next level, round, bracket. I don't know what you would call it. But way to go, Jimbei. Way to keep it alive for the Straw Hat crew. And if you guys are curious, I am using the current market price on TCG Player, which fluctuates often. So at the time that you're watching this, it might be a little bit different. But, I mean, in general, that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so next up, we have Jesus Burgess going against Yasop. So, Let's get each of their packs. Burgess. Yassop. I think in this case, I'm going for Yassop because if I don't want Blackbeard to win, so I'd be okay with Shanks winning. So let's do that. Okay, so let's start with Burgess. Now, I did mention that there are the 3 cards that I don't have yet to complete my set, so obviously I am chasing those. But aside from those, my other 3 top chase cards, since I already pulled my actual chase card in the last video I did. So the other ones that I would be really excited to pull is this Law, this Shanks, and Rocinante. I would love to pull any one of those 3 cards. So those are going to be on my chase card list. That way. That way. Alright. We got Thousand Sunny. Gecko Moria. Beppo. Pizarro. Luffy. Get him, Luffy. Peachbeard. Bello Betty. Law. Always take a Law card. That's awesome. Nami. Shanks. Another Law. Hey. I like this card a lot. That's cool. Although I don't like it being on Burgess's team, but that's okay. And a Sakazuki. Alright. We'll display these 2. You know, what's really fun about doing these kind of pack battles is that it actually makes me hope that I don't pull stuff from certain packs. Like this one. I don't really want Burgess to win, so I'm like, okay if this pack is not as good. The next one, I hope, is better. Alright, come on, Yassop, you got this. Pull through for the Shanks crew. Alright, starting with Nico's mom. Or, Robin's mom, Nico Olvia. God, I'm just messing up my words all over the place. Red Force, Rockstar, Brooke, Jump Rope, Nico Robin, Kid, Thunder Lance Flip Caliber Phoenix Shot. Such a long name. Kabaji, Dereshishi, excuse me, and Professor Clover. Oh, that's very fitting. Throw the Robin in there. Okay, anyway. Quite certain Burgess won that, which is a shame. I'm sorry, Yassop. I'm so sorry. How sad. Okay, so, yes, Burgess ended up pulling out a win on that one. He's moving on. I'm so sorry, Shanks' crew. You still have 2 more crew members that can lead you to the top. It's not over. Alright, do some house cleaning. And we will move on to our next battlers. We have Chopper versus Mihawk. Now, obviously I'm rooting for Chopper because I want the Straw Hats to win, but I like Mihawk too, so, you know, I'm kind of cool with whichever way this one goes. Let's find out. Get a pack for each, and we will start with Chopper. Let's do it, Chopper. Let's see what you got. Oh, we got a Dawn card. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of Dawn cards. So that's always a win for me. Alright, starting off with Sanji. Fitting. Full lead. Morley. Jump Rope. Lucci. Special Muggy Ball. Building Snake. Get out of here! Monkey D. Luffy. A Professor Clover. A Mr. 3, and a Dawn card. I actually have both of these. I think there's only 2 Dawn that come in this set. I do have them, so. But you use 10 Dawn cards, so having 10 of each to have them all match, you know, I don't mind that. So I will always take a Dawn card. Not the most amazing pack for Chopper. I'm so sorry, big guy. We'll see how it turns out. On to Mihawk's pack. Starting with a Sanji again. Marco. Pizarro. Howling Gab. Luffy. Soul Frankie Swing Arm Boxing Solid. Those names are funny. Vasco Shot. Karasu. Chopper. Teach. Lucky Roo. Buggy. Oh, Lucky Roo and Buggy. Don't know why I thought there was more there. That's going to be a close one. I'll have to see who wins this. Okay, so way to go, Chopper. Chopper won that one. Another contender from the Straw Hat Pirates is moving on. I like to see that. Quick correction to myself. I think I was thinking of something else, but there actually are 3 Dawn cards in this set, and I actually only have one of them. I don't have the other 2, so I would be grateful to grab one of those as well. All right, so next up, we're gonna have Hongo versus Sanji. Can all 3 Straw Hat representatives make it through to the next round? That would be amazing. All right, so let's pick out our packs. Hongos, Sanjis. Let's start with the left side as we do. What you got for us, Hongo? Nico Olvia. Howling Gab. Mr. One. Monster. Nico Robin. Teach. Usopp. Alvida. Lime Juice. Kabaji. Jesus Burgess. And... oh, cool! SR Sanji. This is such a cool card. I gotta admit, I've probably said this so many times in my videos, I don't even know how often, but I love the artwork for the One Piece card game. I mean, they have just done so well with just, not even just like the artwork for the regular cards, but then when you get into these like hollow, they're just so cool. I just love them. They did such a great job. Alright, Hongo, that was a pretty good pack, I must admit. Oh, wait, Spookies. Can you do it, Sanji? Can you 3 of 3 for the Straw Hat crew? Oops. Alright, we got Thousand Sunny. Pierre. Sanji, very fitting. Moria. Teach. Jinbei. Never underestimate the power of miracles. Kuma. Murder at the Steam Bath. Shiryu. Yasop. And... oh! Both packs had a super rare in it. This one's Crocodile. I have pulled this one before. I've actually pulled the Sanji too, but... another card that is just such great artwork. It's so awesome. And you know, the camera really doesn't do these justice. They look so much cooler in person. And once again, we have a pretty close battle, so I am gonna have to add these up and see who our winner is. Alright, well this round goes to Hongo. Sorry, Sanji. You did good. You fought hard. But a member of the Shanks crew is moving on to the next set of rounds. Alright. Who we got next? We now have Richie and Wolf. I feel like I have to go Richie because, again, I really don't want Blackbeard to win. I'm not a fan of Blackbeard, if you can't tell. But, alright. Pulling out of our box. Oops. We've got one for Richie and one for Wolf. Alright. Empty Bluffs Island. Brooke. Pierre. Chopper. Jinbei. Black Vortex. Jozu. Odin. Katarina. Thunderlance Flip Caliber Phoenix Shot. The Cross Guild, and a Silver's Rayleigh. That's a cool looking card too. Some great artwork. Alright, let's sleeve these bad boys up. Okay, moving on. We've got Wolf's pack. see what we got. This is the front one, I guess. Alright, Morley. Empty Bluffs Island. Heat. Chopper. Robin. Always like a Robin. Special Muggy Ball. Usopp. Lucci. Building Snake. Moji. Uta. And Gum Gum Quattro Jet Cross Shock Bazooka. Whoop! Didn't mean to drop those. Alright. Sleep them up and see who wins. And the winner ended up being Wolf. Alright, so we're going on to our last two battlers. We have Crocodile versus Shiryu. Okay, Crocodile's pack. Shiryu's pack. If y'all are curious, I've always just been for this spot grabbing from the left side and for this spot grabbing from the right. So I'm just going straight off the top. Trying not to mess with Miss Fate. But, who do I want to win in this one? You know, I really don't care. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what story gets told. Alright, starting with a Howling Gab. Richie. Pierre. Red Force. Vasco Shot. Bello Betty. Luffy. Nobody Hurts a Friend of Mine. Eustace Kid. Lime Juice. Another Yasop. And Gum Gum Giant. Hey, that's not too bad, because that's playable. So, look at you, Crocodile. You have a chance at winning this one. Thoughts on Crocodile? I'll admit that at first, I was not a fan of him. But kind of don't mind him so much. He's alright. I mean, he's not a good guy, but I don't know if he's all that bad of a guy either. Shiryu, on the other hand, you have no heart. You're just a mindless killer. Okay, we got Richie. Beppo. Full Lead. Jozu. Nobody Hurts a Friend of Mine. Bonk Punch. Luffy. Crocodile. Get out of here. Rocinante. Always take one of those. Another Rayleigh. And... Parallel Buggy! That is cool! Look at that card! Oh my gosh. That is awesome. That is a cool card. Okay, well, obviously Shiryu won this one. And, I mean, that does not seem all that surprising because he is kind of a mindless killer. Dang, that's pretty cool. That's a cool card to get. I'm not even gonna add this one up. I already know. I already know Shiryu won. So, Shiryu is moving on. And that is the end of our first round of battles. Going on to stage 2. Okay, now since the only packs that I have are the ones that are in this booster box, and I don't have enough packs in the booster box to do a whole nother one-on-one round, this second round is going to be an all-out battle between 3 packs. And yes, in this first round, we have 2 Straw Hat characters. So we have Jinbei and Chopper from the Straw Hats. Now, 2 out of 3 will move on to the next round. So it'd be really cool if 2 of the Straw Hats ended up moving on, although that means in the next round they'd have to battle each other, which, I don't know, that's fine. But, oh, and then how am I going to pick the packs for this? You know what, we're just going to go all from the left side. So we're just going to grab 3 packs from the left side. This will be Jinbei's, this will be Burgess, this will be Chopper. And we'll see where it goes from there. Alright. So, the best 2 out of 3 packs are moving on to the next round. Let's see what you got for us, Jinbei. We got Chopper, Pudding, Sanji, Odin, Jimbei, that's fitting, Monster, Black Vortex, Alvida, Stronger, get out of here. I don't know why I have to say it like that every time, but I do. Jesus Burgess, and ooh, SR Shanks. I actually have a couple of these, but this card is so awesome. Such a cool Shanks card. Very nice. Alright. Let's leave these bad boys up. And you know, I still have not gotten one of those 3 cards that I'm missing to complete the set. Come on. Right? I mean, right? Alright, moving on to Jesus Burgess. Let's see what his pack brings us. I'll admit I don't really open a lot of booster boxes at all of any TCG, so I'm not really sure what the hit rates are for the One Piece ones, and if we can expect anything else of note. But so far, that buggy card was pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, Usopp. Richie. Shachi and Penguin. This is one of those that I kind of hope we don't pull anything, because I don't want anyone from Blackbeard's team to make it into the next round. Cool Sabo. Moji. Shanks Leader. Kuzan. And Van Augur. Nothing too crazy there. The Straw Hats might pull out a double win and both move on to the next round. Alright, Chopper. Here we go. This pack feels like it might have something in it. I could be totally lying, I don't know. It does feel a little thicker, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Oh, wait, I got a clean house. Let's move these aside. Okay. Alright, we got Lindbergh, Gecko Moria, Full Lead, Soul Frankie Swing Arm Boxing Solid. Those are kind of fun to say, I must admit. Teach, Jozu, Jump Rope, Gene Bart, Karasu, Black Hole, Azoro, cool, and... Ah! Yes, that's so cool! Let's go, Chopper! SR Frankie, Parallel! That's cool! Man, I'm telling you guys, these cards look so cool! I wish you could see them in person. I mean, they look cool in the video too, but... Ah, that's so cool. Let's go, Frankie. Way to pull out a win for the Straw Hats. Dang. Alright, so obviously, Chopper is moving on to the next round. The other two are pretty close, so I am gonna have to add those up to see which of those two is moving on. Alright, so I should have known better. Obviously, Jimbei won because of the Shanks card, which is so dope. And that also means that technically, the Straw Hat crew has a guaranteed spot in the finals, because 2 Straw Hat members moved on to the next round. So regardless, one of them will be moving on to the finals. And I think what I'm gonna do is we'll still pack battle just to see who's going on to the finals. A sort of rock, paper, scissors, if you will. A friendly battle, right? Alright, but now we have to see who else has a contention of going into the finals. So we're gonna have Hongo, Wolf, and Shiryu. So we have one person from the red-haired Shanks Pirates, and we have 2 people from Blackbeard. Oh my gosh, that means all 3 of Blackbeard's members went on to another round? Oh my god, why? I didn't even notice that until right now. Alright, but we could have a similar situation to the Straw Hats where both members of Blackbeard's crew move on. Come on, Shanks. Ooh, although, if not, it's going to be Shanks' crew versus Luffy's crew. Oh, that would be intense. I kind of hope for that. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, okay, so we're picking 3 packs from the right side this time. And we're going to pass them out in order. we've got Hongo, Wolf, and Shiryu. Let's see what happens. All right, Hongo's pack. Let's do this. All right, Mr. 1, Das Bones, Lindbergh, Charlotte Pudding, Teach, Jump Rope, Robin, Killa, Stronger, oh, Nico Robin Leader, a Zoro Rare, and a Lafitte. And then our Dawn card is the same one I have. That's all right. Oh, I meant to go grab more sleeves. Oops. Okay. Pause. Okay. Pretty good start. Let's go, Hongo. Let's pull it through. Although that makes me a little nervous because that's not the best start. And Blackbeard has 2 chances to make it on to the next round. I gotta say though, looks like Buggy's crew is out. Sorry. You weren't a real emperor anyway. Not to me. Alright, Chachi and Penguin. Empty Bluffs Islands. Howling Gab. Gecko Moria. Odin. Soul Frankie Swing Arm Boxing Solid. Usopp. Nami. Gum Gum Lightning. Buggy. Making an appearance. My Era Begins. And a Nico Robin. That should be an instant win because it's such a dope card, but it's not. Pretty sure so far that's a good sign. I think that means Hongo's making it on. Alright, what's we got? Chopper. Das Bones. Red Force. Beppo. Brook. Monster. Special Muggy Ball. Law. Always love the Law cards. Lime Juice. Sol. Don Quixote do Flamingo. Jerk. And a Jesus Burgess. Alright. Not too great on either of those either, so quite certain that Hongo is moving on, which is excellent. But of the 2 Blackbeard Pirates, I'm actually not sure which one will be moving on. So, let's calculate it up and find out. Okay, so this was a pretty close battle, but we do have Hongo moving on to the next round. And then we ended up with Wolf because of that Robin card, that beautiful Robin card. Pulled through for Wolf. Sorry, Shiryu, you're out of here. You did not make the cut. Alright, moving on to the semifinals. Alright, so we're in the semifinals, and we have in our first matchup, Jimbei versus Chopper, which again means that at least one of the Straw Hats will be moving on to the finals. It's just a matter of which one. So we'll pick from the left for Jimbei. We've got Jimbei's pack. From the right for Chopper. It's Chopper's pack. Let's see who's going to be moving on and fighting in the finals for the Straw Hat crew. Come on, Straw Hats, you can do it. Win the whole thing. Become the king of the pirates. Alright, we've got Brooke. That's fitting. Mr. Bones. Pudding. Marco. Rockstar. Teachbeard. Never underestimate the power of miracles. Izo. Ace. Alvita. Doflamingo. And Cross Guild. Okay. Nothing crazy. I really don't even mind which pack is better in this one, because again, they're both Straw Hat crews, so I'm good with that. Alright, let's see what you got, Chopper. Are you moving on to the finals, or is Jimbei? Alright, Sanji. Morley. Richie. Peachbeard. Jimbei. Lucci. Never underestimate the power of miracles. Sabo. Murder at the Steam Bath. Aizo. Sakazuki. And... ooh! An audio. SR. Pretty cool. Audio? Audio? How do you say his name? Does anybody know? I should. Alright, well, we know what that means, right? Obviously, Chopper is moving on to the finals! What's up, Chopper? Let's go! Not who I would have expected to be in the finals, battling for the Straw Hats. But here we go. Chopper is moving on to the finals. Way to go, Chopper. Alright, last two contestants in our semi-finals. We have Hongo on the red-haired Shanks Pirates and Wolf from Blackbeard's Pirates. Alright, pulling from the left for Hongo, right for Wolf. And let's find out what happens. Okay, we got Olvia, Heat, Red Force, Sanji, Bonk Punch, Monster, Bello Betty, Wire. It's coming down to the wire. Ice Block Partisan, Gene Bart, Mr. 3, and... oh, dang, Teach. You were on the wrong team. You just helped out your rival. This also means that I have pulled every Teach. I pulled the SR, the Parallel, not every Teach, maybe every Teach. But I've pulled the 3 big ones. Which I swear is just unfair. He's trolling me because he knows I don't like him. But they're cool looking cards. Really cool looking cards. Super awesome. That kind of makes me happy. That means there's a good chance that the red-haired pirates are moving on to the next round. Right. Last pack in the semifinals. What you got for us, Wolf? Can you beat it? Starting with Lindbergh. Thousand Sunny. Nico Olvia. Bello Betty. Vasco Shot. Rockstar. Nobody Hurts a Friend of Mine, Karasu, Rosanante, Eustace Kid, Van Augur, and... oh! Hey! Yay! One of the cards I needed to complete my set! Ben Beckman. Cool. But that was some pretty good semifinals. Since both packs had an SR, I'm actually not sure which team wins. So let's find out. Alright, so obviously I'm excited to have pulled the Beckman because I needed that for my set. But that means that Wolf won, which means he's going on to the finals, which means it's a Straw Hat crew versus Blackbeard crew, which is probably pretty fitting. I mean, I don't know how the show's gonna end, but you know, I don't know. I'm actually kind of okay with that because I would have a hard time in the finals if it was Luffy's crew versus Shanks' crew. This way, I have a clear favorite. I definitely want the Straw Hats to win, and oh, I hope the Blackbeard Pirates don't win, but that's okay. All right, so. Oh, and to correct myself, no, I did not pull all the Teaches. That would have meant that I pulled the manga rare, which obviously I did not, but I don't even consider that one. And I did not also pull the poster code, or the wanted poster. I pulled the other ones. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so the finals. We have Chopper for the Straw Hats and Wolf for the Blackbeard Pirates. Oh. Scary. This is scary. Anybody scared? Anybody having fun yet? Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit slower on this one, I think, because this is the finals. But we are gonna start with Chopper's pack. Come on, Chopper. Have something amazing in here. Please. pull through for the Straw Hats. I really don't want Blackbeard to win. Alright, let's see what we got. We got Beppo. Morley. Usopp. Shachi and Penguin. Black Vortex. Peachbeard. Kazuki Odin. Hongo. Katarina. Monkey D. Luffy. Doc Q. And a Nami. That's a rough pack. Oh no. Oh no. I'm scared. I'm gonna put Nami in front because she's prettier to look at. Oh, I'm so scared. Blackbeard's gonna win it. I know he is. God. Blackbeard. Why? He's trolling me. Alright, Wolf. Let's see what you got. Maybe it'll be an average pack too. It'll be like a really close battle, really close finals. Straw Hat Crew pulls out a win with just a few cents. Like, come on. Epic win here. Let's do it. Marco. Pierre. Empty Bluffs Island. Usopp. Jozu. Bello Betty. Nico Robin. Gum Gum Lightning. Emoji. I'm so nervous. Lim Leader. Come on, we'll fight you. Come on, we'll fight you. And a Perona. Those are pretty close. I actually don't know who wins. It's a close battle. Let's add it up and find out. Oh man, I'm nervous. Indeed, it was a close battle, but yes, by 5 cents. 5 cents, Chopper! Way to pull through for the Straw Hats, man! Yes! Straw Hat Luffy's team wins the whole thing. He's got the strongest crew, but of course he does, because he's going to be the king of the pirates. Anyway, that's that. That was a really fun battle. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Might as well show off the 2 cards of note. The Buggy and the Frankie parallels. Very cool. I had a lot of fun with this. And I definitely plan to do some more of these in the future. Maybe with Pokemon next time. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.